Pak Salvador.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Pak.
Yeah. How are you?
Fine, fine. How about in Dili, Pak? About COVID? Stabil, unstable, unpredicted?
Yeah, we are good.
Oh.
We are good in condition, but the same thing happened in Timor-Leste is pandemic.
Okay. But the government handle in a good way. So?
Yeah, because from 2018, 2018 already reduced until 800 people that affected now in still in hospital, right? Like this.
Vaccinated, distributed well, Pak?
Yeah, already. Already reached until 50% for the first dose.
It's a big number, different like Indonesia.
Yeah, we had. We hope that this can leave us so that our activity can run well again.
Yeah, I hope we will meet soon, Pak, in better condition, Pak. Halo, Bu Diana.
Yeah.
Hello.
Baik, Bu.
Ya, thank you.
Okay.
Baik. 5 minutes again, my dekan, Undana, will join with us.
Okay.
Hello, Lowy. Are you Abbas Long Puteh from Fatoni University? Lowy 37. It is you.
Hello, do you hear me?
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I'm actually Abbas Langputeh. Hi all and good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, I'm Abbas Langputeh and I'm actually from Fatoni University in Thailand. And yes, I'm majoring in information technology. Nice to meet you all.
Okay, nice to meet you. What can I call you? Lowy or Abbas?
You can call me Abbas. I will change my name to Abbas Langputeh later.
Okay, thank you.
This is just my, default username. So.
Okay, it's okay. And then Karif Watana from Thammasat University. Hello, Karif.
Hello. Morning.
Good morning. Hello, Pipem. Sawatiha. How are you? Your microphone is still mute. Hello, Pipem. Can you hear my voice? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you. We waiting some speakers.
Let me close the door.
Okay. Hello, Teacher Ratu. Idarat Tungkapure. Okay.
Hi.
From communication art.
Yes. Hello.
How
You
I
can
can call your name?
Come
Kamin.
in. Yes. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you.
Wendy, please give your greetings for a friend from Thailand.
Again, please.
What can I call you? Tungkap or?
No, you call her Kamin.
Yes.
Kamin.
Yeah, her nickname is Kamin. Thai people
your
go by nicknames.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Hello, Junus from Undana University.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, all.
Hello, good morning. Hello, Tanri Sawani.
Hi. Hello.
Sawani Kachonkit.
Sawani Kajonkit. Yes.
Okay. What is your nickname?
My nickname is Tani.
Tani. Okay.
Yes.
Hello, Tani. Okay. Okay, Maria. Hello, Maria. And then, okay. Okay, Wendy, can we start it now?
Right now, ma'am? Or we still need to wait some speaker, maybe they're not joined yet?
Okay. 5 minutes.
Okay.
Husna, and then Marwasto, Salomo, Junus. Okay. Rani. Maria. Oh.
All speakers are present, ma'am?
I think yes. All already joined. From UKSW, yes. From UKSW, Angga, and then Anarwastu, Rani, Maria, yes, from Thailand. One from Thailand is Iren Prasansai.
How about from Malaysia? This is
okay. From Timor Leste already joined.
Okay.
Sandino, hello Sandino, are you there? Hello Sandino.
dengan gelarnya. Ya, di ruang sebelah.
From Undana, I already joined. Hello, Neta. How are you, Neta?
I'm fine, Kak. Hello. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Neta. Are you in Jogja or?
Yep, still in Jogja, stuck in here.
Oh, okay. Okay, Wendy. Maybe we can start it now.
Okay. Okay. Hi all, good morning. Sawadee Krap. I hope I'm not mistaken to say that last word, Sawadee Krap. But anyway, welcome to International Webinar Youth Perspective on Politics and Democracy with focusing on religion as political instrument. My name is Wendy Wijaya as your host in this morning event. I know it's a little bit early to waking up this morning to talk about democracy and politics, but we hope all that is fine and we hope have new insightful things towards democracy and how we see democracy on another perspective. Especially our speaker today is from Thailand and Indonesia, or maybe another country that joined us today is Delhi. So it's more interesting to talk democracy to see the differences between these three countries. So without any further ado, let us start our session today with prayer. We'd like to please Mrs. Diana Santabun, SPD MEP, to lead us in prayer. Miss Diana.
Okay, thank you. Now, before we start this activity, let's pray together. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name, your kingdom come, will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us day by day our daily bread, and for sin, forgive everyone who indebted to us, and not us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For kingdom, power, and the glory forever. Thanks God. Amen.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Diana. Next, we have to heading up on the third session is opening and welcoming speech. First, from Deputy Dean Faculty of Social and Communication Science, Satya Wacana Christian University, Mr. Romulo Simanjuntak. The floor is yours, sir.
Okay, thank you, Wendy. Good morning to all participants and guests of honor at this webinar discussion, Youth Perspective on Politics and Democracy. Good morning and Sawadee Krap. I hope I don't wrong in the pronunciation. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Romulo Simajuntak, representing the Faculty of Social and Communication Science, as well known as FISCOM, Universitas Kristen Satya Wacana. Thank you for your all participation today. As the host in this event, my warm welcome all of you, especially to Bapak Melchizedek. I hope I don't get wrong. As the Dean of Undana, Mr. Salvador Guterres, hello Pak, Dean of UNTL, University of National Timor-Leste, and Mrs. Pam from Payap University, and other guests of honor who may be attend today. Welcome to Salatiga. On this occasion, I would like to thank for the hard work of our beloved lecturer, Mbak Putri, as a coordinator Pusat Studi CCIS or CCSI,
CCSIS.
CCSIS, who has willing to organize this activity with all great participants and all great student, lecturer, and great everything on this event. Thank you for the hard work, Mbak Putri. I hope we can make other event like this in Asian standard or international standard in other occasion. Okay, these activities certainly train all of us who are far from the capital city like Kupang, Salatiga, to feel that the Asian community is part of the big dream of Asian, that we can feel in the small town. Finally, welcome and enjoy the discussion on this webinar, like the jargon of the ASEAN, one vision, one identity, and one community. Thank you, and I'll give it back to the MC, Wendy Wijaya.
Thank you, Mr. Lamulo. What a lovely speech. Okay, the second speech from the Deputy Dean of Undana, Dr. Masama M. Ikom. To Mrs. Masama, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and all student participants in the Young Perspective discussion on democracy and politics with the theme of religion as a political instrument. First of all, we should express our praise and gratitude to God because today we can gather for international student discussion. Today, I present the Dean of the University of Nusa Cendana. He apologizes for his absence due to other official duty. First of all, best wishes for this academic discussion. Hopefully, through such discussion, young generation as the hope of the nation and state will continue to ask democracy as a fundamental value in their life. As I quote Abraham Lincoln, President United States, there is no other way to prosperity and justice except democracy. Outside of democracy, we can do nothing. Hopefully, that there will be more joint discussion at the national and international level in the future to continue to serve as agent of change for this nation. Finally, may the love of God be with us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Masama, for a lovely speech. Then the third speech from the representative of Dili University, for Mr. or Mrs. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much for the chance given from host me to deliver my remark on this discussion. First of all, I personally would like to offer my gratitude to the university representative of Satya Wacana Christian University, the representative of Nusa Cendana University, Mrs. Masama. We meet again. The representative of Thammasat University of Thailand, all the students who are representing their university as speaker in this discussion. Good afternoon from Timor-Leste. I'd like to address my great appreciation to Faculty of Social Communication Science, Satya Wacana Christian University, that has organized the international group discussion by the year, which are involving many universities from many countries in the region of ASEAN. The role of university nowadays are to provide promotion, formation, capacity building for the young people in many sectors. One of them is a webinar of the international discussion entitled "Yat Perspective on Political and Democracy," that realized by Physicom Satya Wacana Christian University. The aim is to make Yat capable in facing the future and finally can contribute to the sustainability of the nation. On the other hand, challenges and obstacles such as the effect of pandemic, the bad effect of political issues, the difference of religions, the economic situation, and so on are the enemy that make their dreams cannot be run well in attaining what are becoming the objective of the life. So the unique way for overcoming this is a struggle. What I would like to say here is that a competition. Politics and democracy are also competition. So you struggle too many ways to compete in this competition. Sometimes politics and democracy can make someone or some countries successful. However, it also makes someone and some countries damaged. Based on this, I want to suggest all of the young people that involved in this discussion that in your country, you still have big opportunity to realize your dream to become reality. You can realize it through healthy democracy and political competition. You can also realize it through any other sectors. So this discussion through webinar is also a kind of struggle. I hope that you can do the discussion not only through webinar because of the pandemic, but we can also do the same thing in normal situation that involve many young people from different countries. At least through this discussion, you can use it to elevate your capacity. More than that is that I want to suggest you that as the youth, don't let yourself become an instrument to be used by any power of regime in your country. In other side, please don't become the destroyer in your country, please. Lastly, I want to say that have discussion to get good solution for solving many solutions. Thank you very much. Thank you very much and good discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. What a strong message from the representative of Delhi University. So the last remarks from the representative from Thailand students, Mrs. Pam from Payet University.
Oh, I haven't prepared for any. Sawadika. Anyway, I will make it very short that I'm very happy that I get to know Putri and then now I get to know all of you. That will mean connections in the future that I don't know. I have not much to say, but I think the topic that we are going to do and we are trying to do is very important. So we are doing an important thing right now. And then I hope that my students, Thai students, and then our students from Indonesia and in Thailand will find the connections. And then this discussion will give them something to think about more than internet games or something like that, but something that they need because this is the future. Someone in Thailand loved to say that, oh, politics is too headachy, we don't want to touch it, we don't want to care about it, but actually politics is in our life. So I think this discussion will enlighten our students to maybe think more about it. So thank you very much. And I hope all of you got a very good discussion. I'm talking to the kids right now. Please be expressions as much as you can. If you, for Thai students, if you think that you got stuck because of the language barrier, call my name. I will translate for you, okay? Thank you very much, and then nice to meet all of you.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Pam. So right now we are heading up, before we are heading up for the focus group discussion, because there is some deputy dean that will leave us soon. So we have to take a group picture. Maybe you can open your own all camera, guys, from the speaker, moderator. Yeah. Maybe Mrs. Diana can lead us to take a picture. Just say 1, 2, 3 and cheese. Mrs. Diana.
Okay. Wait. Okay, keep smile. 1, 2, 3. Once again. 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait. Wait. Yes, already.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Diana. Now we are heading up to our main station, that is discussion and focus group discussion. This is will lead by our moderator, the amazing one, Mrs. Putri Hargianasari, SIPMIP. Mbak Putri, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Wendy. While I'm speak something, please give a pin to all speakers. Okay. Sawadika, hello, good morning, good evening, everyone. Good morning, Mrs. Pam from Payap University. And then Mr. Ulo, Deputy Dean of Faculty Social Science and Communication Science, my Dean, my Deputy Dean, and then Pak Guterres, Wakil Dekan 2 from Undana University. This international webinar with the title Youth Perspective on Politics and Democracy, organized by the Faculty Social and Communication Science and Center for Communication, Society and International Studies. It is aimed to explore students' academic and non-academic abilities, as well as to find out the perspective of the younger generation in its country, especially religious sentiments that are used as political tools in the contestation. There are 8 Thai students, 4 students represent Payap University, 2 students represent Fatoni University, 1 student from Thammasat University, and 1 student from Chiang Mai University. Among these 8 students, 3 representing Buddhism, 3 students representing Muslim, and 2 students representing Christianity. The 3 religions are the largest religions in Thailand. 1 student represent Universitas Dili, participant from Indonesia. There are 5 students from Satya Wacana, student from the Communication Study Program, International Relation Program, and Sociology Program. And 2 students from Nusa Cendana University. So that the international webinar is not only at the lecturer level as well, we know, but students play an active role in expressing opinions according to the knowledge from the lecturer they get. Okay, I will read the rules of the game. First, each speaker, please introduce yourself. Name, department, university, nationality, and religion. Okay. And second, each speaker will get the same questions from the moderator. Okay. And then third, each speaker is given 2 until 3 minutes to answer. Okay, let's we'll start it. Please, the first speaker to introduce yourself. Sawonai Kachornkit. Hello, are you there?
Yes.
Okay,
Did you
please.
hear me?
Okay.
Okay. Hello, everyone. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
My full name is Sawani Khajonkit and my nickname is Dani. So you can call me Dani shortly. I'm Thai Christian and studying at the Machiavelli College of Divinity. It's a part of Payap University in Chiang Mai. Yes.
Wow, what's the major?
Christian theology.
Oh, Christian theology. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sawani. Okay, next to Husna, please introduce yourself.
Okay, hello everyone. Peace be upon you. My name is Husna Jeso. I'm a student at Fatoni University. I'm studying library art and social science English major, and I think my English is quite strong, and I didn't have a good background about politics. If my information is wrong, please give a correct it. Okay, thank you. I hope you all get good information from this conversation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Husna. And then next, Angga Fahrori, please introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm glad to be here for the discussion. Firstly, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Angga Farorozi. You can call me Angga. I'm from sociology in Satya Wacana Christian University. I'm Indonesia and I'm Muslim. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Angga. Next to Undana University. Halo Halo Salomo. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for the change. My name is Salomo Tungga. I'm a student in University of Nusa Cendana Kupang. I'm in a political science major, and my nationality is Indonesia, and I'm a Christian. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you Salomo. And then next, Karef from Thammasat University. What is your nickname, Karef?
Morning.
Oh, okay.
His
Good
name
morning,
is
everyone.
Sharif.
Yeah, my name is Sharif Watana.
Oh,
You can call me Sharif.
Okay.
Yes. I'm a law student, third-year law student, studying in Thammasat University in Bangkok, Thailand, and I'm a Muslim. And I'm really excited and feel honored to be here to have the discussions with you all today. And I'm looking forward to talking and sharing some information with you and learning from all of you as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sharif. And then next to Michael Jordan, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Such an honor to be here with you all. My name is Michael Jordan Limanjia. I took communication science for my studies. I'm from Satya Wacana Christian University. I'm proudly Indonesian and I'm proudly Christian. Thank you to let me here. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The next, Nathan Chapon Srijan from Chiang Mai University.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Nantashapon Sijan. You can call me Dear, D-E-A-R, Dear, shortly. I come from Chiang Mai University, Department of Faculty of Law, and my religion is Buddhism. I feel excited to be here and
Someone put the music on.
Let's turn off your music. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to invite me to join this discussion today.
Okay, thank you, Srijan. Okay, the next, Irene. Are you there, Irene, from Communication Art, Payab University?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Please mute your mic. Hello.
I think it's from Mr. Romulo.
Oh, okay. Hello, Irene. Please introduce yourself.
Okay. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Irene Masansen, or you can call me Irene shortly. I'm studying in Faculty of Humanities and Communication Art at Payab University. Actually, I'm a non-religious, but my family are Buddhism, and also I grew up in like Buddhism environment. So I'm glad to know you all, and it's my pleasure to have opportunity to discuss with you all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Irene. And then the next goes to Santino. Are you there, Santino? From Universitas Dili, Timor Leste? Santino Frankie. Hello, Santino Frankie. We goes to Wan Runtai Diston Kwan Rutai from Psychologist Payab University. Hello, Kwan Rutai. Hello? Are you there?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, okay. Good morning, everybody. I'm glad to see you all. My name is Kwan Luthai Ditsorn, or you can shortly call me Ging. I'm from Payap University and study psychology major. So I'm glad to be here and to have the conversation with you guys. My nationality is Thai and I'm a Christian.
Okay, thank you. And then next, Rani from International Relation.
Hello.
University. Okay, please introduce yourself, Rani.
Hello, my name is Rani from the Department of International Relations, Satya Wacana Christian University. I'm Indonesia and I'm Muslim. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rani. And then next to Abbas Langputeh from Information Technology Fatoni University. Please introduce yourself.
Okay, hi and good morning, everyone. I'm Ambon Conflict. I'm majoring in information technology. I'm from Fatoni University. I'm Thai and I'm a Muslim. And then nice to meet you all. And then I'm hoping for a great exchange, So it's a great chance for us to be here. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Abbas. And then next, Maria Julian C. Essing from Sociology Studies.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the chance. My name is Maria Julian Essing. You can call me Maria. And then I'm an Indonesian. I'm from Satya Wacana Christian University and I take Sociology Department. Then I'm Christian. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And then Salomo, are you already introduced yourself, Salomo?
Yes, ma'am. I already introduced myself.
Okay. Next, Michael Jordan, please introduce yourself.
I already introduced myself.
Okay. Thank you. And then next to Tidarat Tangkubare, are you already introduce yourself? From Communication Art, Payap University. Hello, Tidarat Tungkaburi.
Hi.
Okay.
My name is Tidarat Tungkaburi. You can call me Kamina.
Okay.
I come from Communication Art, Payap University. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, Narwastu Saron from International Relation. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you for the opportunity that was given to me to be one of the participant for today's discussion. My name is Narwastu Sharon, but you can call me Sharon. I am currently taking major in international relation at Satya Wacana Christian University, and I am currently at my second year. I am proud Indonesian and I am Christian. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Narwastu. Are you all speakers already introduce yourself? Okay. And then
Yes, ma'am.
we start. Okay. Youth are considered to have a strategic position in aspects of community life. Some of the roles of youth include the role of youth in social activities and the role of youth in political activities. Youth, on the one hand, has the advantage. From the perspective of Indonesia, youth are seen as having idealism and critical. In addition, youth are also attached to dynamic and creativity. Youth are also seen as brave to take risks, optimistic and enthusiastic, have an independent attitude and pure discipline. General youth are uneducated group. Youth have a diversity in unity and integrity. These advantages are things that attract people's attention to see the role of youth in the midst of social life. On the other hand, youth also have problems. The problems faced by youth include the values of idealism, patriotism, and nationalism, which tend to decline. Another problem is that young people experience an uncertain situation for their future. High unemployment rates as well as high school dropout rates are some of the obstacles experienced by this youth. Youth in Thailand, on the other hand, have their own potential and problems. Youth in Thailand have a role in society for better community life. The participation of youth today reflects life in the future. Strengthening youth participation today is the key to a prosperous society in the future. Okay, the question is, question number 1. For speaker number 1, what issues in your country which limit the freedom of speech? Okay. Please, the first speaker, Sawani.
Okay. Okay, I'm so excited that I have to be the first one. So let me calm down a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. What issue in my country which limit the freedom of speech? The things that limit the freedom of speech here in Thailand is any negative way of the king. And at the present, it seems that the topic about the government has become less freedom as well. Like about Thai constitution, the failure of the way that government ruled the country, the living life of Thai population that going in the opposite side of the development. Yes.
Okay. Tarni, the point is the king. Yes.
That's we can.
Negative speech of the king. Your point. Okay. The next question for Karif. Please, Karif, to answer what issues in your country which limit the freedom of speech?
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. According to my opinion, I think a very challenging issue is that when a person comes to talk on or express their opinion about politics and about some issues that related to the government, they have a tendency to, like in case of serious case or talk of the town case, they had a tendency to be enforced disappearance. Like especially regarding to the king or the government insights or something like that. And I don't think it's a good. I don't think the government dealing with like that is a good. It's appropriate way, because it brings fear and frightening to other people to express their opinions, correctly. And yeah, I think there are another way to make it right. You might go and talk to that person and like bring the case to the court, but not enforce them and kill them. And it just only bring fear to other people. And yeah, and according to that, Thailand is not yet the part of a member of enforced disappearance convention. So that's open the door for the government to do that, like more regularly. So I hope that one day the Thailand will have the law that to control this situation and to protect those who want to express their opinion more and not to be enforced disappear, which is really brutal. And there are like this kind of case is like, it's very, you know, heartbreaking for youth or also for their family members as well. So yes, I hope that in the future Thailand will have some change regarding this matter. Thank you very much.
Okay, wow, it's a great answer. Okay, opinion politics related to government. This a very sensitive issue. This is that point.
Right.
Okay, thank you. We next to Nathan Kapon Sirijan. Okay, Nata Kapon Sirijan.
Oh,
Faculty of Law.
hello.
Okay.
Nanhashapon Sijan. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe it's difficult to call. You can call me dear shortly.
Oh dear. Okay, dear. Based on
Okay.
your perspective.
Okay. My perspective is the same as of my friends. Yeah. First of all, make the understanding together. Thailand consists of nation, religion, and the kings. That the three things they are separated. And the issue that limit the freedom of speech is about the monarchy. Yeah, it's the same answer, right? The kings, maybe something like that. Because in the past, the regime of Thailand is absolute monarchy. But nowadays, we turn into the democracy regimes. Finally, I think the foundation that remains from the past to the present is vertical regime. It's such like a pyramid. We at the top of the pyramid have the one person to have many power to manage, to have many power to change everything in this country. And that's we means the kings and the government, this issue that limits the freedom of speech. If someone to dispute of this issue, they may be forced we to disappear. Maybe we shut up about these issues. Yeah, it's a serious thing in Thailand right now. Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you, dear. Wow, this is a dispute issue disappear.
Yes, my answer is like the same of my friends before.
Okay. Thank you. Next, for Irene. Hello, Irene.
Hello. Okay.
Yes, what issue in your country which limit the freedom of speech based on your own perspective?
Okay. For me, the biggest issue is the current government. Everyone please note that this government formed a coup d'etat, and the current prime minister is a military man, making it inevitable that authoritarian idea remain mixed. It is not illegal to talk about political issues in Thailand. However, legal gaps have been used to manage individuals who want to undermine the credibility of the government. It's randomly order arrest to scare people and should not to speak out to avoid prosecution. Yes.
Okay, thank you. The keyword is coup d'etat military and persecution, right?
Yes.
Okay. Next speaker is Santino Frankie from Universidade de Timor-Leste. Please. Hello, are you there? Santino? Okay, next to Kwan Rutai Ditson, Psychology Payap University.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I see another people has been talking about the big deal of the answer this question. So I will present something like we have seen and we didn't point to it. So for me, I think something when you see Thai people, you will see like they smile, they kindness, but sometimes you don't know that it's matter having both advantage and disadvantage, because I think this is about social value, and it had been cultivated for a century. So when you cannot, you have to be like be careful of like have to admire, to respect the elder, so you cannot speak, or if sometimes you have to be considerate or thoughtful for another person, or you have to acknowledgement of the gratitude of your parents. So you cannot speak like loudly what you want, or something like expression you to have, some kind like that.
Okay, thank you, Kwan Rutai. The keyword is social value, and then be careful, and then respect the other, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Next speakers, Junus from Political Science, Undana, please. What issues in your country which limit the freedom of speech based on your own perspective?
Thank you for the chance, Ms. Putri. Before I talk about issue which limit freedom of speech, let me introduce myself because I didn't get the chance before.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Okay, Miss. My name is Junus. I'm a political science student, Faculty of Social and Political Science, University of Nusa Cendana Kupang. My nationality is Indonesia, and I'm a Christian. Talk about issue which limit the freedom of speech. Let me start my opinion with the real data that I have. Recently, Tempo.Comedia commented on the development of democracy. The worsening of Indonesia's democracy index has hit the government of Joko Widodo, which is the president of Indonesia now. Even though the democracy of a country will not suddenly disappear, no matter how small the setback, it will still get the serious attention. The signal of this decline can be seen from the annual report of the Economics Intelligence Unit, which was released recently, in which report placed Indonesia Democracy Index at 64th in the world, with a score 6.3. Indonesia positions behind Malaysia, Timor-Leste, and Philippines. This achievement is the lowest in the last 14 years. Indonesia is included of the democracy which flawed democracy, one rank below countries with democratic status. Critical voices against the government have resulted in democracy starting to weaken, while authoritarianism has strengthened. So I think the government slowly to close the space for people to speak with some approaches. For me, respecting differences of opinion is one of the characteristics of developed countries, because by listening to the society voices, government can know what is important in the community life. And it's very important because in democracy system, government is from people and for the people. So democracy state is will totally useless if there's no space to speak and give the aspiration. Because in democracy state, development is by the aspiration from the people. Thank you.
Wow, this is the great answer from political science. Okay, the keyword is democracy, from people to people. Okay, and then the democracy is more weakness, and then authoritarianism gets strengthened. Is that true? This is your opinion, Junus? Okay, yes. Thank you, Junus. Okay, the next from Rani Mahardika, my students. Okay, Rani, please give your answer. What issues in your country which limit the freedom of speech based on your own perspective in international relation? Okay.
presence of the IT law had threatened of freedom of speech of Indonesian people because there were several articles in the IT law that give rise to multiple interpretation. Many people think that the IT law can be abused for anyone to bring down the others. One of the multi-interpretation article is Article 27, Paragraph 3 of the IT law regarding insult and defamation. The article is considered to have multiple interpretation because there are no clear boundaries regarding components of decency, insult, and defamation. Therefore, people who are offended by other people's sentiment may feel insulted and take them to legal action. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rani. You mentioned the law in our country. You mentioned our state too about democracy and hate speech. It's true? Okay, thank you. And then the next for Husna He Jason from Fatonu University. Okay, please, Husna.
Okay, for me, I think in about section 112, in Thailand, they have a section 112 that is protect of king, queen, and heir appearance and regent for who is a defames, insult, and resist them. You have like they have you have imprisonment around 3 to 5 years if you comment about them. You like sometimes you want to know where is coming a take because some of take come from population. Then we want to know where is coming, where is going. But sometimes we can talk about this one, and we cannot speak or comment in a negative way. We just can speak in a positive way. So it means it's a very close for us to comment about the king or queen in Thailand. So I think that it like not fair for us because sometimes we want to know what are you doing now, what are you doing with our text, and what you are developed with our country. So we cannot know anything. I hope that in the future we can talk about this one, and we and have something that protect us when we talk about this thing. Section 112. Yes, that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Section 112. Population came, going, and then we cannot speak negative ways because it's very close comment. And then what are we doing now? And then the youth generation is confused to
Yes.
develop our your country because this is so close comment for hate speech.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Husna. And then next, Abbas. Please, Abbas, give me your answer. Hello, Abbas.
Hear me now?
Yes.
All right. First, I agree with all my Thai fellows that have mentioned a few points before this. Yeah, the situation in Thailand now is like, just imagine like you want to, like express something, right? And then, but if that expression is against them, not against law, sometimes it's not even against law, but sometimes it's against them. They will, some of them are captured, and then for just expressing their opinion about the government and then how they do the work, right? And then that's the first point that I want to, just like the previous points that my Thai fellows have mentioned, that youth, most of them, that are expressing their opinions are oppressed by the government. Yes, and then for the next point, the government appointed 250 SOWO. If like SOWO is something like is on their side, so they pick the people from their side to go into the government, and then these 250 people will vote for the government, for the current government, which will make the other parties lose. So it's not a fair fight, you know, like, yeah, that's not a fair fight. And then the second point I want to make is that now they say it's democracy, but it's actually the previous president from the dictatorship, which is Prayut Chan-o-cha. So it's like a fake democracy. It's like only a shell, you know. It's not the EC. It's not the content, right? So it's a fake democracy. And then the third point is that they are bending the laws to their favor. You know, sometimes when you do something wrong, it's not even wrong. What I mean is that you know, the laws is in favor to them, not to the people who are opposing them. You know, when you do something, you will get captured. But when they do something that the same thing, they will not get captured. Yes. And then the last thing that I want to mention is that in Thailand, we have different mindset, or, you know, as Thai people would call it, Salim, you know. Yes. And then this different mindset, I think, is very difficult because, you know, people with different mindsets will not, I think it needs coexistence to live together, and it needs understandings to live together. Yes, I think that's all the points I made. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Abbas. Prayut was the military leader who led the coup or coup d'etat. And then the rules change, but the players don't. Is that all right?
Yep, that's right. That's what I mean.
Okay, thank you. The next for Maria Juliance Essing. Okay, please give me your answer.
Okay. From my opinion, what issues in your country which limit the freedom of speech is criticizing other people, like criticizing on government, politicians, or popular person like an actress or actor. Then in the criticism is not only criticism, but there are some words that should not be conveyed, like insults or bad words. So the freedom of speech is limited.
Okay, this is hate speech, horizontal from society for society. Yes. This is usually hate speech from social application like Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. Okay, next question. Next speaker, Salomo. Okay, Salomo, please give me your answer.
Yes, thank you very much, Ms. Putri. So about the issues about freedom of speech in my country, Indonesia, I have to say that in Indonesia, freedom of speech is very much related to social media. And I have to say that I agree with my fellow speakers and my fellow Indonesian that has just stated their argument before, that Indonesia's information law has become one of the biggest issue relating to freedom of speech in Indonesia. So for those who don't know, so Indonesia's information law, this law was passed in 2008, and it was meant to protect consumers when they do economic activities online. But this law has migrated, it has transformed into more odious aspects of Indonesia's technological and electronic communication. So in practice, the government and the law enforcement, they can use this law as the basis to silence their political dissidents and silence hate speech. They say it hate speech, but in actual it was critics against the government. So other than this law, there is also one major issues in Indonesia relating to freedom of speech. What we call this issue as buzzers. So in Indonesia, there is what we call buzzer. So basically, buzzer are social media accounts that are purposely made to attack certain kind of individuals. So there are rumors that the government or the other politicians they pay these buzzers to attack their political descendants. So the law enforcement they don't focus on these buzzers, but they focus on whoever make a post or a tweet about criticizing the government. So this is the biggest issues in relating freedom of speech in Indonesia. So about the ITE law, the information law, and also these buzzers. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Wow, good question. Okay, the keyword is media argument, buzzer, and then ITE law, and then a buzzer. In Indonesia, so many buzzer. This is a person or a media who spread hate speech to attack individual or community. Okay. Thank you. And then the next, Michael Jordan from Communication Studies UKSW, please.
Okay, Ms. Putri, thank you for the change. Before I agree with all the arguments from other fellows Indonesian, you guys mentioning about, I think about all, but here I'd like to add a few more points. Especially here I have the point which is first, public speakers or stand-up comedians who are likely to talk about sensitive topics. Well, they don't have their freedom of speech here in Indonesia, because maybe if you know about all of the YouTube account which provide public speakers and stand-up comedians to be freely there, they also have their comment and also have the hate speech, because they don't want to talk about the, what does it say, safe zone. So they talk about sensitive topics which criticize the government, or maybe which talk about race, religions, and the other sensitive topics in Indonesia. So that's why I add my point here. Public speakers and stand-up comedians don't have their freedom of speech freely. So that's what my point is. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And then the next speaker is Tidarat Tungkabure from Communication Art Payap University. Please.
Okay. I think like same with the yes but have one more ครูแพมคะแปลให้หน่อยได้ไหมคะ
แปลว่า
คือว่าอีกอย่างหนึ่งคือเรื่องความโปร่งใสเกี่ยวกับงบประมาณของการบริหารนะคะ
She said that she grew up at the same time as Dear, and then she looked at the transparency of the budget of the country and the administration budget of the country. It's not the transparency is I'm never be there. ค่ะแปลแล้วลูก
ค่ะแล้วก็คือวัยรุ่นเราไม่สามารถพูดเกี่ยวกับงบประมาณได้เลยค่ะ
She said that teenagers, like youth, young people cannot touch this topic at all. Actually, it's not only teenagers. No one in Thailand can touch the topic of budget of the government, even though they want to call. This is not hers. This is me add up to that. That they have the budget that they call secret budget. So that the government have no responsibility or no commitment to report that budget to anyone at all. And they put, I mean, this government has secret budget like the highest among all government in Thailand. ค่ะ
มันเลยเป็นอีกหนึ่งข้อจำกัดที่ทำให้เราไม่สามารถพูดเกี่ยวกับเรื่องทางงบประมาณแล้วก็เรื่องเกี่ยวกับกษัตริย์ได้ประมาณนี้ค่ะ
So yeah, she saw that as the barrier of the expression in Thailand, that we cannot touch about the government budget, we cannot touch the king issues or monarchy, or yeah, that's the limitation that she saw.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Bifem. Okay, don't touch the budget, don't touch the king issue, don't touch the government issue.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Next, Narwastu Saron from International Relations. Okay, please give me your answers.
Okay, thank you. What issues in my country which limit the freedom of speech? Not too long ago, the international NGO called Amnesty International actually points out that in Indonesia, the right to freedom of expression and speech was curtailed with the issuance of an increasing number of people that were imprisoned solely for expressing their opinion or organizing a peaceful protest. As what my fellow Indonesians said before, there are also problems in online media, but my opinion about that, the restriction on the dissemination of information with certain characteristic that will lead to opinion and have a negative impact, for my opinion, do have a positive side. It's not only negative, given in mind that Indonesian people who are involved in the online interaction space, there are still many who lack education, both in receiving content and also as a content creators. However, in the real interaction space among people, there are many incidents where us as an individual is forced to keep his or her mouth shut over their opinion and limit their expression rights, simply because they are minority against the constructions of the social order that surrounds them. And if I had to choose what kind of issues is that, I personally think it's circled around religion and cultural values, traditional value. Thank you.
Thank you. Religion and traditional value is have a big impact to a sentiment, negative sentiment speech. Okay, the last but not least, Angga Fahrul. Please give me your answer.
Okay, thank you, Putri. In this case, in my opinion, what caused the limitation in freedom of speech is background and power from people. Why background and power can limit in speech? Because in my country, someone background is very important. For example, like when you are a smart person.
Excuse me, the sound is not so good. We cannot hear you well. It's broken. The sound is broken.
Yes, your sound is feedback. Please mute one device, and you can go to another device. Okay.
Okay, can hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Okay. In this case, in my opinion, what caused the limitation in freedom speech is background and power from people. Why background and power can limit in speech? Because in my country, someone background is very important. For example, like when you are a smart person, you must be appreciated. But otherwise, you will be unappreciated. After that, it's about power. When you have a power, you must be appreciated. So in this case, when you are appreciated more, you are allowed to speak more. So in this case, I have some solution to solve this problem. We can listen to others. After that, we must respect the other, and the last, don't look people from the background. Thank you.
Oh, this is the good answer. And then what's your mean by a power? Power, money and position. Okay. Background and power from people is depending the head speech. Okay. Okay. And then the first round is over. All you friends answer are amazing. Then the second question. Okay, please take a breath. Okay. Question number 1. Is there political discrimination against your religion? Okay. We goes to Sawani Kajron Kid, please.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Tani.
Oh, Tani. Tani.
Okay. This question, second question, I'll say that no political discrimination against Christian in Thailand. Or in my perspective, people are quite open with other religions. Respect to each other with different religions, like we open for different cultures. Mostly, we will be like new social values against the Bible, such as accepting the LGBT or the legal abortion. Yes, something like that. No.
Oh, okay. Thank you. There is no political discrimination against your religion. Right? Okay. What's your religion? Buddhist.
Christian.
Oh, Christian. Okay. Thank you. And then next, Karif. Hello, Karif. Karif from
Hello.
Thammasat. Okay.
Yes, I'm Sharif from Thammasat Faculty of Law, and as a Muslim, was raised and born in Thailand. I don't think there are much discrimination against my religion. As the situation now is like, it's kind of like pretty democratic, and everyone has aware of their rights and liberty, and kind of like respects other rights and liberty as well. So there's not much situation that other religion discriminate or abuse other religion. So it's now like the majority in Thailand are Buddhist, and Muslim and Christian are like the minority. But however, I don't see the situation that like discrimination happens in Thailand that much. It's more like each person live their way of life, and like it's not much discrimination. It's just like, okay, you do your own religious practice. You pray, okay, you pray. You go to the mosque, okay, you go to the mosque. And Buddhists go to the temple. They go to the temple. Yes. But there are some cases that when the situation arises, when like in case of Muslim living in like big city, which is they're becoming the minority, and there's some news that they're in a village that the majority are Buddhists and the Muslim are minority, but there are like the mosque in that area, and like when they have azan, not like call to prayer, and they are like go to the speaker and they might make some noise, and then the issue arises that it's like Buddhist people feel annoying about that, but actually the mosque has been there for like such a long period of time, so I don't think it's such a big issue. But eventually it's about understanding and respecting like each other on this regard. And yeah, and I just triggered another issue that in some provinces in the northern of Thailand, there are some like several provinces that have very few Muslim populations, and like there are some case that the mosque won't be allowed in that area. Like the Buddhist people in that village, they like anti, they don't want the mosque to have in that area. So that might affect some Muslims as well, and in to do their service, to do their worship prayer to as their routine. So yeah, but in general, we live together happily and in harmonized way. So yeah, let's wrap up my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. No discrimination against a religion, but there is minor problems about it. It's not a big,
exactly
big
right.
Big problem. Okay, thank you. And then next to not tampon Sirijan.
Dear.
Aduh,
Call me dear.
dear. Oh, okay. sorry. Dear. I'm forget about it.
Okay. For the question, there's the political discrimination against about my religion. First of all, my religion is Buddhist. I think have discrimination between political and my religion. I mean the positive discrimination as the regards to the question when that I make the understanding together with you. The Thailand is consist of the nation, religion, and king that we separated three issues to the others, and then the religions have the positive discrimination because I think if we go back around 300 years ago, we have every area in this world have the war, and then the war is made to prove someone to be make the power to control every problems, and then we have the political to manage this problem, and then I think the religion is the way to together to make up the soul, to have the mindfulness, maybe something like that. Because in Thailand, in Buddhist, the monk we separate priest and layman, and the Thai society accepted. The monk in physically is human, but in mentally isn't. Because the monk who is the person who ready and decide to follow the footsteps of Buddha, that the goals of them is nirvana, or we call Nipan in Thailand, nirvana. Yeah, maybe it's the ideal.
Okay.
The monk is they forsake the material richness to spirituality richness. You understand me?
Okay. You are from Buddhist side, and then political government in your nation is spread to three. Yes, a religion, a nation, and king. And then religion for Buddhist is positive discrimination.
Yes, I think it's
a
positive.
good place in your nation, right?
Again, please.
Buddhist is have a good place in your nation or in your state, in your Thailand.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Next to Irene. Hello, Irene. Okay, please answer your question.
I think no, because in my view, Thailand is quite free in terms of religions. People can believe in any religions, and Buddhism is the most respected religion in the country. That makes the state the most likely to support Buddhism. In addition, Buddhism in Thailand is more flexible compared to other Buddhist countries such as Laos or Myanmar. So that political issue largely affect Buddhism in Thailand. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Irene. You're representative Buddhist also?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, thank you. And then next, Kwan Rutai from Psychologist. Kwan Rutai,
Yes.
Okay.
First of all, I'm a Christian. So for me, the political discrimination is not against my religions. Thai people, they kind of like open and freedom for something somehow they believe. So the believer will not like have a problem with political discriminations.
Okay, there is no political discrimination
Yeah.
about your religions. Okay, thank you. You are representative of Christian, right? Okay, next, Junus, please give me your answers. Junus from Undana.
Thank you for the change. It's sensitive and complicated when we talk about religion discrimination. I have some opinion about these things that happen in Indonesia. One of the example of religion discrimination to my religion, I'm a Christian, is the GKI or Indonesia Christian Church, Yasmin Bogor congregation to fight against injustice, against closing and sealing of their legitimate church. The GKI Yasmin was sealed by the Bogor City Police on 10 April 2010 as the implementation of orders from Mayor of Bogor. For me, discrimination always happen from small scale, like person to other person, to the big scale, like policies that government make to press the other people or other group. And discrimination will be always happen between majority and minority because people will always look there's one group big and the other group is small. That is the concept of majority and minority. So for me to reduce the discrimination between majority and minority in all differences is we must minimize the using of word majority and minority. The concept that fits and must be used by the community is diversity. And multiculturalism proposes that there are more democratic citizenship practice, where recognition equality and equality of individual rights and collective identity must be available in public space. Minority also need public policies that are able to guarantee the same welfare and treatment as the other group in the country. The rights need to be given in order to keep minority from being trapped in homogenization. Thank you.
Okay, that's right. Minority and majority, it's sensitive and complicated issues in Indonesia about religion sentiment. It's about the build a church in GKI Yasmin in Bogor, right? Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. And then the next speaker is Rani from International Relations. Please give me your answers. You are representative Muslim, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Because the majority of Indonesia are Muslim, I don't feel discrimination against my religion. But based on the Indonesian state ideology Pancasila, Indonesian people must respect all existing difference, such as religious difference. Even if there is political discrimination in Indonesia, the perpetrator will be sentenced to a maximum imprisonment of 1 year or a maximum fine of 100 million rupiah as reference to in the law of the Republic of Indonesia number 13.1 of 1999 article 4 letter A. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You mention again about the law, our statute. Okay, you must be a law student in UKSW. Okay, thank you. Next from Husna Jason. He is representative from Muslim at Thailand.
Yes, I'm Muslim in Thailand. I'm stay in the south at the south of Thailand, near Malaysia. So I think for me, a region is Thailand give a freedom to respect, but Thailand is a state of religion in Buddhism, just a state, a religion, but about worship, about this one, about a believer, you can be a freedom. It's up to you, depend on you. And then I can see the reflect from this one. I can see that the relationship between a government and a people is a very good, because we can see that government give important about religion, give freedom, so it make we can understand together and can like coexist together. And we can, and the next one we can see the government, they promote us to have a participation and have a equality with in society. Everyone have a equal. We can believe, follow our parents. Yes. And you can see that in the southern of Thailand, including Pattani, Yala, and Narathiwat, minority here is a Muslim. So sometimes other people understand that the violence that here, the violence that begin here is begin with some of Muslim, but actually we also don't know who is begin the violence here. Yes, you ever see about the bombs? Yes, about that. But actually, if you come here, you can see that we also, Muslim and Buddhism or other religion, we can stay together with a peace. Yes, because here we stay together like multicultural. Yes, like this. Although you have a different religion or different culture, we like give freedom for you also, and we believe that we can stay together, although we not same. Yes, that all for me.
Okay, thank you. Multicultural at Thailand, and then a Buddhist is the largest religion in Thailand, but not a state religion. Yes, that's right.
Yes.
State religion,
Buddhism.
like in Arab, it's not like this, but it's the largest religion in Thailand. Okay, thank you. And then next up, Bas from technology, information technology, representative Muslim also, Abbas. Hello, Abbas. Are you there, Abbas? She means to say the feminine. Oh, okay, hello, Abbas. Are you there? Okay. That the violence that happened in the South is just in the name of religion, but actually politics, power, and money are behind the use of violence. Oh, okay. I get it. Abbas Lang Putih. Hello. Okay, Maria Julianche, please answer my question.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
For me, yes, of course, the discrimination against of my religion. There were several cases, and some of them Chunus already explained about that, GKI Yasmin. And then such a election on Jakarta that they said that Ahok as the one of the participant often the others religion. So because of the religion become the tool to against Ahok, then he became in jail. And then also a bombing on bombing 2018 on Surabaya, and then 2021 on March at Makassar. So that for me, this discrimination will not occur if the words majority and minority are removed and become us. So the social justice for all Indonesian people in Pancasila can be achieved, and we can stay together in peace. Thank you.
Okay, the keyword is religion used as tools for political interest in elite politics. Okay. Okay, thank you. And next, Salomo. Are you there, Salomo?
Yes, Miss.
Okay.
Thank you for the chance. For me personally, it is hard to say that there is a discrimination against my religion. So anyway, by the way, I'm a Christian in Indonesia. But so as we know, Indonesia is a Muslim majority country. But Indonesia's religions is very diverse, and it is spread unevenly across all of the islands. So if you go more east in Indonesia, you will find less and less Muslim population. And I live in east of Indonesia in the island of Timor, and here we are a Christian majority here, and Muslim is a minority here. So I would say there is no discrimination against my religion in my island, but I can tell you some example that happen in some other islands that are where Christians are the minority. The example has been given by my fellow Indonesian, Maria, which said that in 2016 gubernatorial election, where Mr. Basuki Cahayapurnama, or we know as Ahok, he got protest by Muslim conservatives. I will not say Muslim majority in all, but just a small group of Muslim conservatives. They protest him for running for the governor in Jakarta. And if for me this major political discrimination against minorities, if this gubernatorial election can cause this much problem, we can just imagine what will happen if a Christian runs for president in Indonesia. So I am a political science major, so I look in political perspective. So the requirement which states that Indonesian president must be Muslim was removed from the constitution back in 18th of August 1945. I would say nevertheless there is still difference in opinions whether or not a non-Muslim could become president. So I think this is one form of discrimination in my country. So that is all. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Salomo. And then the discrimination based on the minority or majority population in which island? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Hello, Abbas. Are you back? Okay, Abbas, please.
Okay,
Give me your
I
answer.
got called just now. For the second question is that political discrimination against the Muslims, like myself, right? To me, as far as I'm concerned, in the past, yes, but for now, I don't think there are any discrimination against my religion, because we even have Muslims politicians in the what do you call that, in the parliament, like to raise our voice, a minority voices, a minority voices from the Muslims. Yeah, so I don't think there are any discriminations, political discriminations. I have to mention that it is political discriminations because discriminations, the usual discriminations, still happening, like what Brother Sharif has said, or like any other fellows have said. Yep, I think that's my point. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Abbas. Okay, now in past your religion is discrimination, and then now it's not a major issue, right?
You got, yep, right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, thank you. Next, Michael Jordan from Communication Studies. Okay, please give me your answer.
Okay, so in my opinion, political discrimination against my religion is specifically for position on government, whether central government or local government. Well, as Salomo said, he lives on the island, which majority is Christian. And so, well, I lived in Salatiga, and here maybe in Middle Java, especially, majority are Muslim. So I thought that a lot of Middle Java government and also representations are Muslims. So that's why I agree that where we live and also where the majority and minority are take a huge role, which our politics could play. So if we live in a Christian majority, so we could be one of the parliaments or one of the rulers of the islands or the city or the regency. So I think that is my answer. So majority and minority play a huge role in which our lives. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Minority and majority have what it is have different position, right? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. And then next to Tidarat Tungkabure. Okay, from Communication Art. Hello, Tidarat. Okay.
โอเคค่ะ
Okay, you can answer with Thailand language. It's okay.
Oh, thank you.
And Mrs. Pam will translate it to us.
No. I want her to try to speak English. พยายามพูดเองก่อน
ค่ะthe two are not แบบ relate at all เลยค่ะ you understand me because religion ศาสนาค่ะครูแพม
religion พยายามพูดเลยค่ะไม่ต้องเอาภาษาไทยใส่เข้าไป
religion is delicate matter อะค่ะyes if politics is involved there may be problem for should follow ค่ะ you understand ไหม
Okay, yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and then so it is enough.
Yes, finish.
Okay, thank you. And then next, Narwastu, please give me your answers.
Is there any political discrimination against my religion? Lowly, I don't think so, but practically, truth be told, as a Christian, I would say that anti-Christian sentiment in Indonesia was not something new. We experience it somehow on daily basis to the point that we are used to be. And Christian in Indonesia was actually not that few, but it is a minority in Indonesia, comprising roughly just 10% of Indonesia population. I myself come from a province in Indonesia which known for its religionist issues conflict. Central Sulawesi, almost every year, and there is, and maybe there would always be, a terrorism attack that kill peoples. And when we voice our voices to the local and the national government, until now there has been no significant response that given. Issues like this has also been tried to be raised on social media forums to be noticed by the national community of Indonesians, but we receive nothing more and nothing less than just condolences. Recently, it happened around the same time period as what happened in the Middle East in Gaza, and yeah, we receive nothing and more and less than just a condolences. And I think pattern like this then influence and exacerbate the issues of political discrimination in certain areas or certain province in Indonesia, because the sentiment has been exist for years and without serious effort to resolve from the Indonesian government. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Does between the people level, or it's just the government using the issues, Narwastu?
I mean, using the name of religion, just
Okay.
like in Thailand, in the south of Thailand. Is it really between Muslim and Christian people, or actually they live together quite peacefully, but because of the budget, the government, the power separation to rule, and something like that happened in the south of Thailand? Is that the case in Nawastu thought?
The
Yes,
same
pretty much, exactly.
conflict.
Mrs. Tom.
Oh, okay, okay. And then Angga, the next Angga, please give me your answer.
Okay, thanks. In this case, in Indonesia, my religion is highly respected because in Indonesia, Islam or Muslim is the main religion.
Are you Muslim?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Go ahead.
But I hope all religion can be respected and there is no discrimination in religious difference. So in this case, we must again and again respect the difference. And don't forget, we have to love each other the same. Remember, no different, all the same, okay? All the same. Thank you.
Okay, the keyword is all the same. Don't make a difference and a discrimination, right? Okay, this is the last question. Okay, maybe not all speakers answer this question, but would you want to answer my question? You can on your mic. Okay, the last question is, what do you think about politicians use sentiments for get their vote? Who is wants to answer it? Okay, Arnie, okay, please.
Okay, in my opinion, I think people usually use the bombast to convince others to getting what they want. At the same way, politicians also persuade others to vote for them. The important thing is that they can do as they said or not. The way that they react after they won, that's the matter. Thailand, as a land of democracy, citizens will remind them that what they have said before they got vote kind of ask for what we deserve by protest the government or by social media. But sadly, nowadays feel like living in the fake democracy land, feel like democratization is become just one of our history soon. You got me?
Oh yes, okay. Thank you for your answers. Okay, who else want to answer my question, please?
Miss Putri.
Okay,
Okay.
please. Okay.
As we know together, there are some cases that politicians use as approach to get their vote. Basically, the most approach that they use is with sentiment. For me, in use of sentiment to get the vote, I got two sides from sentiment. The first, it's a good side if politicians' sentiment come from their real feelings, because the long-term impact that will be felt by the society is that development in the country really subject by representatives who have integrity to build the country through the powers given. In the other side, the bad side, if the sentiment that politicians show to the people are artificial or a gimmick that they create to get the votes. The long-term impact is the state power is not in the right hands. So as society, we must be critical and sensitive to the political activities that occur in our country, so we can know the impact that will happen. That's for me from me, and I think I want to give the next chance to Saloma, because I last day I was discussed with Saloma about these things. I think Saloma want to add a little bit.
Okay, go ahead, Salomo.
Thank you very much. So I agree with what my friend Junus has said. In our major in political science, we learn about this, about sentiments. For us, there is two sides of perspective when it comes to politicians using sentiments. So there is a good side and there is a bad side. So in one side, it is good if the politician can build a good and positive sentiments toward all the people in Indonesia. But the using of sentiments, I think it can be a double-edged sword. So politicians may build a good sentiments, but oftentimes these sentiments are based on identity, and that identity is religion. And this is what I say a double-edged sword. So if politicians using religion as a sentiment to build a good sentiments towards the people, other group of people that have different religions would probably may build negative sentiments toward the politician, and this can ends up in conflicts, and the government that get voted in power may not work properly because they already have a bad relationship with other people groups. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, sentiment religion based on sentiment based on religion, identity, and race identity, and culture identity. That's right. Okay. Who else wants to answer my question, please? What do you think about politicians use sentiments for get their vote? Nathan Chap, I don't know. Nathan Chapo, okay?
Oh, Chapon.
You want to answer my question? Okay.
I think if the politicians use their sentiment to get their word in order to develop the country, is the good way to use their sentiments to get their word. If in the other ways, if they get the word by use their sentiments for receive their own advantages, is the wrong way. It's not for the population in the country. Yeah, I think if they use the sentiment is the good way, it will be good, it will be fine.
If they use sentiment negative, it is the wrong way, but this the sentiment positive, it is good way.
I mean to get their word in order to develop the country.
To develop the country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's the right way. Yeah.
Okay, but it's not against the community, but against the other country. Okay. Okay. Who else wants to answer my question, please? Kwan Rutai. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
For me, I don't think the president does give the criminal to get the point of the vote, as they usually not see in Thai. But other thing that I have seen about they will use the sentimentalize why they ask they win. They've been take a position. Therefore, as you know that Thai social value is what I have answered in the first question. They like to be being like generous or having acknowledgement of their gratitude. So the government might speak to the people, ask for the sentiments of their work, my impressions, a little thing like money or the social welfare. So actually, most of people who will sentimentalist of their work probably is the elder, like 40 age up. But I don't think like the new generation will be.
Okay. You mentioned that 48 up, it's
Yeah, because they have like the oh my or like something that they don't know, like the like some story that they don't know or some new thing they don't know.
They don't know the politic issue or
Yeah.
news about politics.
Yes, I think like that.
Okay, thank you. And then next, who else wants to answer my question? Come on, guys. Karef from Tamasan. Do you want answer?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can try and answer. But first of all, I mean, I need you to clarify what do you mean by sentiments? I mean, in this sense.
A bad issue of black campaigns. And then a sentiment is
opinion?
Yes.
Like opinion.
Like opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it can like be defined in different ways, but I think in this aspect, I think like I kind of like disagree for the politicians who use sentiments in their favor, because like I see many scenarios where when the election period, politicians go to the community, reach out to people, and do all the way they can to get votes. Like do whatever they can, but time goes by, they got elected, they got vote, and they are in the position, they have like they have what they desire in the first, but since then they don't come back to those people at all. And I mean like if this case, if according to this kind of like scenario, I think if they use sentiment in their favor and but not sincere enough to care about their people in the community, not sincere enough to solve the problem for the community, for the people. Yeah, I kind of like disagree with those politicians, because at the end of the day, when there are some benefits they're looking for, in their own pocket. Thailand really needs politicians who sincere to solve the social issues, to solve the problem, not to seek advantage or benefits and take the money from their own pocket. There are still a lot of corruptions in Thailand right now that need to be fixed. And I believe that not only Thailand, but also other countries in ASEAN as well. And we have like common problem. And any measures they use to get their vote, in order to put them in that position, but not sincere enough to solve the problem, I kind of like disagree. Even use sentiments or other means as well. Yes, that's conclude my opinion. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Can I add up a bit to Shari's?
Please.
Just wanna share with you guys that in Thailand, and I don't know about Indonesia, but in Thailand, before election, the politicians who want our votes will come to your house, and then we have a say that even you have a pet like a dog, a cat, they will say "Sawadika" to your dogs or your cat, just to please you, to get your vote. But right after you give them your vote, then after election, you cannot even call them because you don't have that number. They will become a big person that will be out of reach for people. Is that
Exactly.
correct, Sharif?
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that point.
Okay. And that's happened since I was young until now I'm old. I still see the same sentiment, the same, the same line without any development in
Right.
Thailand. So I hope your generation, Sharif, do it, change it.
Right. Like local people really need someone who they can talk to. They can, like tell someone that, okay, this is our problems in community and we need you to talk to this, present this in the parliament. But, like there are only, to be fair, there are good politicians and there are not so good politicians. We need more good politicians who really see the problem in the small community regarding drug issues, regarding, like discrimination, and all kind of issues to present in the parliament and to make this, like become a serious issue and have law or something or policy to fix this issue in the community, not just to talk about, buying like political stuff. Like army stuff, like buying submarines for army or, fix unnecessary problem. Yes.
Yes, this is.
Putri, let me learn something from you and from our Indonesian folks about the politicians or the system in your country. In Thailand, if a politician promised something when they do their campaign and they want our votes, they will say, if you elect me, I will do this and this and this and this. And then after the election, they got the votes, they won the election. They can just like ignore whatever they promised and nothing happened to them. People cannot bring them down because, hey, you promised this. No one will be encouraging or brave enough to do that. What about in Indonesia? If your politicians promise something and if the guys or the girl they do not do according to what they promised the people, what will happen to them?
Okay, this is same with Indonesia. Sweet promises from politicians after they are successful.
So it's a common,
they are forget. Problem. Yes, this is the common problem. Same problem in Indonesia. Sweet promises from politicians after they are successful, they forget about it.
Yeah. So before election, we are a boss, and then after election, they are a boss.
Yes.
Okay.
But money politics, this is a crucial issue in Indonesia. They give us money and then
vote buying.
Yes,
you mean
like
vote. Same here.
Oh, same. Okay.
Same here. Like Sharif said, that the local people, the rural people, that they will get 200 baht, 500 baht, and then they go vote for the person. And then the person already thought that, hey, I already paid to you. So why do I have to work for you? Because now I got what I want. I am in the parliament. So I will earn back the money I paid you into my pocket.
Yes,
that's
back. Yes, by corruption.
Forever.
Okay, yes, the same thing in Indonesia. Okay, Kwan Rutai, do you want to answer my question, please?
Yes.
Okay. Please answer.
Sorry, what the questions? I have been answered.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And then for all for all audience, you can give the speakers questions. Feel free. You can open your mic or raise hand. This is a freestyle. Okay.
Okay. Can I try to answer the question number 3?
Okay, please answer. Answer it.
I think politicians use sentiment to get their voice, in my opinion, often happens in Indonesia. Religious and ethnic sentiment have always played major roles in Indonesia politics. and it happened both in the majority group and in the minority group. Perhaps it has something to do with the diversity of religious and ethnic in Indonesia, thus making groups feels the needs of importance to have someone who represent their group interests in the seat of the government. I think theoretically there are theories that justify this kind of cases because politics, after all, is an art to achieve power that can fulfill the political interest of an individual or their group interest. But then there is a lot of consequences regarding the religious and ethnic sentiment in politics. It shapes voters' behavior in a direction that hurts the parify of the democracy itself that had been trying to build over the years. And for my last opinion, I agree with one of the dean open speeches before, that don't let ourselves to be one of the instrument of any actors for their personal purpose nor their group purpose. Maybe that's from me. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Narwastu. Okay, it's a good answer. Okay, and then the next, please, audience, you all can give the question for speakers.
Baput, can I ask something?
Okay, please, Wendy.
Yeah, because I think it's interesting to talk about democracy, especially in Thailand. So my question is for my fellow speaker in Thailand. In 2019, if I'm not mistaken, that Thailand during the election after the COVID dictate. Now, after the election in 2019, the Prayut Chan-o-cha still won the election. My question is there anything changing in the system of democratic then in the new constitution of Thailand in 2017 said that they are doing the democracy system? Is there anything changing from the military rule before the Prayut Chan-o-cha win the election? Or it just same right now?
Okay, who wants to answer Wendy question from Thailand? Please, Karif or Husna.
Okay, since you call my name, I can try to answer this.
Thank you, Karif.
Okay, thank you, Wendy. That's a great question. I think that they are totally. I mean, of course they're different, but it's not that different. Okay, let me clarify this. It's different because it used to be junta, dictatorship, but since their election, the system switched to democratic, right? But the thing is that, I mean, since they are democratic, they are open. Thailand has opened their way. I mean, their credibility to bring some investors in Thailand more. The image is better, right? Because it's no longer junta, no longer coup d'etat. Since democratic, more investment, more credibility from outside, from international countries. But however,
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
however, before the Prayut Chan-o-cha transformed the system, organized the election, it's kind of like they amend some law to be in favor of their side. I mean, they put some, like, they have quota for the senators who not necessarily coming from the election, but coming from their own selection, their assignments, instead of people election, public election, which is this remains the problem in the today's situation, because okay, let's assume that there are some law which needs to be passed, but instead in the step of like passing that law, they have to be approved by a certain number of people in the parliament. And these 250 people which were selected, and the law was amended before the democratic era, and it enforced in today's in today time.
Yeah. Yeah.
This when the problem, when the law passed, when something needs to be changed in the parliament, these 200 people is like the barrier for this change. They're like protect Parichan Ocha when the opposing party, when the opposition side need to check something like disprove Parichan Ocha. These people are like stop from doing it. So there is like the barrier that cannot have much change in Thailand in the current situation. Yes, that's why people come. Yeah.
Did you mean that the new regime, the new government is still have the majority of the military one, right? The House of Representatives or the Senator. Like it had connected with Prayut Chan-o-cha itself.
Yes, exactly. I mean, yeah, there are like some connection with the previous government, who are coup d'etat, and I feel like they have like, before they're allowing a new election, they have already prepared something for Prayut Chan-o-cha to be in power for the next 5 years or longer.
Yes. Okay. So it doesn't have any big change in Thailand democracy since he won the election.
It's like
the image of Thailand that they are doing democracy.
The good thing is that there are opposing party who like the balancing of power is come into force. Like their opposing party, I think it's better that they have another group of people who come to check and balance the power of the government. But still they cannot do much because there's some barrier to make change. But in the parliament, when the opposing party can argue, can present the truth, people can know more what Prayut Chan-o-cha did in the previous past 7 years or 10 years. And yeah, people are aware more from the parliament, from the speech of the opposing party.
Okay, thank you, Kari, for the answer.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Maybe you can change your phone number. So
the Thai representative can add on to that as well.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Who else? Who wants to give speakers questions? Maybe from Mrs. Diana.
Enough.
Oh, enough.
I'm on mute.
Okay. From audience, please give a question.
But what can I, as a speaker, also ask for another speaker?
Yes, you can. Please point it to who wants give your answer.
I want to ask to the Thailand speaker participant, because I am currently on a final project of writing, which is focused on Thailand lese majeste law that limit your freedom of speech and expressions towards the monarch. And I want to ask, beside delimitation of freedom of speech and expression, does this law limit your other democracy rights, like maybe some other standardization of democracy? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Who wants to answer this question? Abbas or Nathan Champon? Or Irene? Okay.
I want to repeat the question again, please.
As far as I know, there is a lese majeste mind me if I'm wrong in pronouncing, the lèse-majesté law in Thailand that limits your rights of freedom expression and speech. Is there any other rights, your rights that limit throughout this law? That,
this law all law okay
yeah, law.
อาจารย์แพมค่ะ
เขาหมายถึงไอ้กฎหมาย112ของเราอะลูกเขาเรียก majesty แล้วก็เขาบอกว่านอกจากว่าเรา express เรื่อง king ไม่ได้แล้วเนี่ยยังไอ้กฎหมายอันเนี้ยยังทำให้เราถูกอะไรกักสิทธิ์หรือว่ากำจัดจำกัดสิทธิ์อะไรอีกไหม
ที่เราจะคอมเมนต์เรื่องคิงไม่ได้แล้วจะถูกจำกัดสิทธิ์อะไรอีกไหม
คือถ้าจะให้ครูตอบก็คือเรา express ไม่ได้แล้วถ้าเราดื้อไป express มันก็มีผลทำให้บางคนติดคุกบางคนต้องหาทางหนีออกนอกประเทศหรือหนักสุดๆก็หายไปเลย
ใช่แล้วก็เหมือนที่เราตอบไปก่อนหน้านะคะ
ใช่มันก็คล้ายก็อาจจะบอกเขาไปว่าอย่างที่ตอบไปแล้วว่ามันร้ายแรงมันร้ายแรงแล้วตอนนี้มันก็เข้มข้นเพราะว่าเขากลับมาใช้อีกจริงๆแล้วร.9ให้เลิกไปแล้วนะ
อ๋อค่ะ Okay is just the same question that we all participants in Thailand that answered before the section 112 is limit our freedom to speech and then we are the human and we have the rights and then we call it the human rights to speech and then this section 112 just limit our rights to แสดงความคิดเห็นนะคะคือหนูจะบอกไงดี
to opinion to give our opinion against
ค่ะนั่นแหละก็เลยทำให้เราอะค่ะถูกจำกัดสิทธิ์อันที่จะเป็นสิทธิพื้นฐานที่เราควรจะวิพากษ์วิจารณ์ทางด้านการเมืองหรือว่ากษัตริย์ได้ก็เลยทำให้เราถูกจำกัดสิทธิตรงนี้ไปค่ะ
So she said that 112 when we call 112 is the magistrate law Thai will not call it like that we call it by the number of the law measure we call it 112 over here and she said that's the worst of all law already we don't need to find another law that go against our because this one is the basic right that Thai people should have to express our opinion against it's not against about I will use the word about we should be able to express but the 112 is the law that it's not only that not allow you to say anything but if you dare say something your life is in risk your family will be at risk for something like that so that should be the worst one we don't see any other laws that really limit our right of expression as that one
แล้วก็เดี๋ยวนี้112เหมือนใช้ในกรณีที่มันเกลื่อนมากไปค่ะแบบก็ใช้อะไรประมาณนี้ค่ะ
And more than that, she said that in the past, 112 law will be used only when it's really something go against the majestic royal family or something. But nowadays, people use it more and more often just to get their way because the king allow people on his side to use 112 to please to have it that way.
Yeah, and nowadays the government gave this section for everyday who's dispute out of these issues. For the worst case, we enforce this step here.
Okay, can I add on this issue? Hear me?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
Okay. So, for those of you who don't really have the idea what is lèse majesté, it's a French term meaning to do wrong to majesty. And in Thailand, it's a crime according to Section 112 of the Criminal Code. It's illegal to defame, insult, or threaten the king, queen, heir apparent, heir presumptive, or the regent. So it's a criminal law and it's criminal crime to defame and to insult the king and royal family. This section is controversial whether it should exist or not, because okay, it's limit our freedom of speech, but also it has another value to protect. So it's still controversial whether it should be there or not. In my opinion, I think it should still exist because, like, even though we or everyone has the freedom of speech, but to defame or to insult someone, that's a restriction. This should be limitation, including no matter who that person is, including the king and the queen. So yes, I think this provision, Section 112, should exist. This is my opinion. But the problem of this provision is that the interpretation of this this section, whether what is defame, what is insult, how far it could go, right? You get the idea. When the same action occur, the government party tends to use this section as political instrument to get rid of the opposing party who doesn't share the same idea. I think that's the true problem is right here. When you use the provision of law, which tends to use like correctly, but they use it to be a political instrument to criminalize the other party who not share the same idea. And this is really a big problem in Thailand right now, and it's open a very broad interpretation for the court on to interpret what is defame and what is insult. And case the party who don't share the same idea get criminal, get criminal liability, which is not so good. Yes.
For me, I think is have the big problem nowadays in Thailand, because that's first of all that I say. The Thailand consists of the nation, religion, and kings. But nowadays, the king, they relate to about the political, about the governments, much as they related. And then there's Section 112. Maybe the government was used to about the people who's something controversial of them. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your answers for Natasha Pon. And
So
you could call me dear.
You have something to add up on your writing?
Yes, please. Me?
Yeah. And you are doing some writing about about Thailand, right?
Yeah.
So we hope you have something to add up on your writing.
Okay, thank you very much. It really does help.
Thank you. Wendy also his thesis about democracy in Thailand. Okay, thank you. Woo.
And the Thai representatives, you don't have anything to ask your counterpart? You don't want to learn anything about politics in Indonesia?
Yes, please. Speaker from Thailand, give
ask some questions. Ask some questions.
I have a question.
For speaker from Indonesia.
All right, I have a question.
Abbas got a question.
Yes. Recently I heard that the capital city of Indonesia will be moved to Pontianak. Is it right?
Yes, this is right.
Yeah. And then what do you think about this? I mean, in terms of economy, in terms of tourism, what do you think might affect Indonesia in the long term? That's my question. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question. Please, Wendy or Narwastu can answer this question. Wendy first.
I don't know if you can hear me, but we have a heavy rain right now in Salatiga. So does my voice is clear enough?
Yes, clear.
Okay. For my opinion, when Joko Widodo said that they will move the capital city into Pontianak, I would say like they will have some model changing about the government itself. They are following the Australian system where the politic is still main in the Pontianak, but the economic still working in Jakarta. So it's a win-win solution because the Jakarta capital city of Jakarta has really had a lot of citizens that live in there. So it's a pool is chaotic in Jakarta right now. So yeah, I think it's a better choice to move the capital city to Pontianak, with consideration that Pontianak is still not have a lot of progress as a province in Indonesia. I think that's my answer, Mbak Putri.
Okay, Junus from Undana, you can add the answer.
This issue which is the government want to change and move to Kalimantan. I think I'm agree with the government that the capital city with the government should be different. So in Jakarta we'll focus on the industry city, and the government should focus in another city. And hopefully in the Kalimantan there's no big change, because as we know together, Kalimantan is a pure with many forests, and hopefully we don't get many change in there. Thank you.
If I may add, Mbak Putri.
Okay, please. Yeah.
I also think that same like Kak Wendy said, that it's a win-win solution since Pontianak is located exactly on the center of Indonesia. So when the capital city of the nation moved to there, the spread of economic of maybe we hope for more equality happens to the island, big island and smaller island and regional near the new capital city. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Miss,
Okay.
maybe just a little clarification. It is our capital city will not move to Pontianak. It is moved to Eastern Kalimantan, and Pontianak is located in West Kalimantan. So it's in Eastern Kalimantan. I forgot the name of the city, but it is not a city too. It is just like a region. It's its own region. It is not a big city like Pontianak. So and I want to add a little bit to Miss Putri, if I can. For this capital move to East Kalimantan, I agree with what my friend Narwastu said, that it is located in the center of Indonesia. So I hope this will bring equality to all population in Indonesia, because in recent years the development has just been focused on Java Island, and in Eastern Indonesia we don't have much development. In my island of Timor, we don't have much development as what Java had. So I hope this will bring more equality. And for the my friend said, Juno said that there is a forest there. I think this may be somewhat naive perspective, because, well, I think development, we need more land, and we as human, we civilize, we we don't like just cut trees wildly, but we also look for a better future. So what can this land be used for a better future? Something like that. So I think we can. I think moving the capital to Kalimantan will not affect so much nature that there before because the government has already employed some better engineers and better scientists to help develop this new capital city. Thank you.
Okay. Hello. Can you hear my voice?
Thank you for your answer. Very nice
Thank
answers.
you for your answer. Okay. This is a geostrategic issue, geoeconomic issue. It can create a pool of economic growth and economic equality that is not only centered on the island of Java, but it can spread to the another island in Indonesia. Okay, who else wants ask question for us Indonesian speakers?
Me, I have no question.
No question, Abbas. Okay.
Alright. Since actually I have a relative in Indonesia, right? And then I think he lives in Ambon. And then he always said that there are always conflict between the Muslims and the Christians, you know, like they always fight the discrimination between Muslims and Christians. And then I want to know, what's the effort that government create or make or do, you know, to solve this kind of issues, like to make their like to create coexistence between the Christians and Muslims. Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, who wants to answer this question about Ambon conflict, Narwastu? You already mentioned about Sulawesi.
I will try my best to answer. What happened in Ambon, I think pretty much the same with what happened in my region in Central Sulawesi. It happened at early 2000 that raised a very sentimental against that put Muslim and Christian against each other. And what had the government done about it? I think they did nothing more and nothing less than just giving a instant response, like we will try our best to solve this kind of problem, but afterwards there are as far as I know, there are not quite big follow-up for this issue. I think so.
Thank you for your answer. Yes.
Okay, who else from Indonesia will answer this question? From MG, Michael Jordan, are you still there? Okay.
Yes, Putri.
Please answer this question with perspective, communication perspective.
Okay. So of all, I have a friend from Ambon. So he told me actually that in Ambon, so it over there are classified areas. So Christian lives with the Christians and also the Muslim lives with the Muslim. I think that because of the past death, Indonesia people call it perang salib, but I'm sure that all of Indonesian fellows knows about it. But my friend told me that up until now, they are still struggling about it. So the Christian lives with the Christian, and also the Muslims lives with the Muslims. And I thought that the government, yes, just like who said it, the girl before me, she told that the government just told instant response, like, yeah, we must do our best to take care of each other and the etc. I think that's the response by the government about those issues. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Fianza.
Okay, thank you, Michael Jordan. Who else wants to answer this question? Anything else? Or
Maybe
okay.
I have.
Go ahead.
Maybe I have different opinions with what my fellow Indonesian has just said. My friend Narwastu and my friend Michael Jordan. I think the Indonesian government is not doing nothing more than just saying condolence, but Indonesia is doing something more real in our community. For example, recently in the city of Makassar, the biggest city in Sulawesi, it is near Ambon too. There is where the Indonesian police they capture, I think 17 terrorists there. So Indonesian government has doing a real good job in preventing this terrorism attack. And I have to say that this fight between Muslim and Christian is not about discrimination, but it's rather more about terrorism that has spread across all the world, not just in Indonesia. So this terrorist group has been they're not connected with the Muslim group in Indonesia. They're not connected with the Muslim population in Indonesia. I know that Indonesia Muslim population, they have good sentiments with their fellow Indonesians, they Christians brothers, they Christian sisters, but these terrorist group they have connection with other countries, such as in the Middle East, the terrorism in the Middle East. So there is the thin line between discrimination and terrorism, which we must differentiate. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Who else wants to give the answer or give the question? Anything else? Okay.
All right, thank you everyone for your answer. That pretty sums it up, like what has been on my mind, you know. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Abbas. Okay.
Sorry, Miss, I'd like to ask
Oh, okay.
to the participants from Thailand. Yeah. I heard that I forgot her name, but she mentioned that about the discrimination on politics. She doesn't have discriminations, right, about her religion, and I heard that about LGBT and and abortion. Yeah, legal abortion. So I'd like to know how about the policy in Thailand about the LGBT and abortion. So because I knew that over there the Buddhism are the majority religion, right? But I'd like to hear how is the other religion thought about LGBT and the abortions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Michael Jordan. Okay. Who else wants to answer this question? Okay.
First.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, can I go first?
Okay.
I have to mention that I'm not like someone who is expert like in Islamic teachings and all, but I know some of it. LGBTQ in Islam is forbidden. You know, it's like it's haram. It is an act of like sin. How do I say this? Yeah, it's a sin against our religion. So to me, this is my personal opinion. I don't support LGBTQ, right? And then Islam, the true teachings of Islam doesn't have LGBTQ. You know, it's because it's forbidden. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay. Thank you. Who else wants at the answers? Anything else?
Okay.
And can I add up to that for Michael Jordan? In Thailand, Buddhism it's not go against, but it's forbidden in Buddhism also to abort the baby, or abortion is not permitted for the Buddhism. And then I think it's not allowed in all major religions in the world unless it's from the rape cases or something like that. So, but in Thailand we have the what they call the underground clinic for to offering the abortion stuff, which is very dangerous. And sometimes we have bad news that some girls died because of that. And for LGBTQ, Abbas said it from his own perspective, and then it's not mentioned in it's mentioned in the Quran. One verse is about we call Prophet Lot. You call Lot, we call Lut. I mean, in Christianity will be Lot. In his time, there is a man who acted like man and man love or something like that. So, but in Islam, there's no, it's between the person and God. So you have no judgment against. You cannot go kill, oh, this guy is a gay, or this girl is a tomboy or whatever. We cannot go and punish them or kill them, or it's just like we don't we don't encourage that. We don't support that. That's it.
Yes, may I add on that point?
Yes.
Currently, as I heard that there are partnership act in Thailand that is still draft. I mean, there partnership act which is allow the marriage of LGBTQ. But still, this act is not, it's not come out yet, because as many times proposed to the parliament, but since there are still many conservatives in the parliament, there's result in that this act, the partnership act, is not exists in Thailand yet. But there are since the influx of liberalism and freedom of expression, there's still encouragement. I mean, people are asking to have this act to be enforced. But yeah, but it's like in my perspective, as a Muslim, and as Abbas and other speaker mentioned, that that it's not allowed in our religion. I believe that it also in Christian and other religion doesn't allow killing people, including the baby, or the embryo as well. And also, yeah, but they are into society, they're still controversial. But at this religious standpoint of view, I mean, we should stick to what we believe in, instead of the new trend of the world. But at the end of the day, it depends on the people in the parliament who decide whether this act will go out or not. Yes.
Anyway, I add up to that a little bit. Like my American friend, he's working at the same place as me, and then he's a gay, just like he announced himself. And then he said that Thailand is the heaven of LGBTQ in practice. So in law or not, I don't know, but in practice, we just if you come here, you can witness by yourself that people are so free to do according to what they want. I mean, in terms of that talk, in terms of that, and for the sake of LGBTQ, they keep adding up the word LGBT, and then now we got Q, and then I have problem remembering it. So sorry if I missed some word out of that.
Okay, thank you, Acha. Pam. Okay.
I actually would like to know about Indonesian. and as well a situation about LGBTQ. How open is it right now in the current situation? And any concerns from the people in Indonesia?
Please, Wendy, to answer this question about LGBT. From a religion perspective, it is against because it's not sweet for our religions, but in the human right, maybe Wendy can answer this question.
Yeah, I think for when I see it on the perspective religion, I wasn't agree with the LGBTQ, right? But when we talk about again, we're living in a democratic regime. It's about the pro-choice and pro-life. No. It's about an abortion that you are talking about before. It's about pro-choice and pro-life when we are seeing the abortion itself. But when it comes to LGBTQ, I think in Indonesia we're not too open with that community. It's not like in Thailand, like Mrs. Pam said, that it's the heaven of the LGBTQ. Indonesia is have a restriction for them. They are not can show their self into the broad public things because the criticization and the judgmental from the people itself is still not open-minded towards them. Yeah, but if you ask me, I wasn't bothered with them. I wasn't okay. I have the LGBTQ friends, and like I'm okay with them as long as they are not what I can say, disrupt my right and my belief. It's okay.
If I may add to what Kak Wendy has said, in Indonesia, as I said before in one of my answer to question number 1, that at some situation, Indonesian is forced to keep their mouth shut over their opinion, including about LGBTQ, because it's a minority against the constructions of the social order and social belief in Indonesia. Indonesians, if I can say and if I can generalize, Indonesians is very thick about their traditional norms and value, thus against this kind of perceptions on sexual interest. And I personally, I'm not even though I'm not a part of this group interest, but I am not against them because it is their right to do so. Even though legally in Indonesia, it's still against. Maybe that's all for me.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Who else wants to answer this question? Hello?
Might I add some of it? Because
Okay.
I think my statement before might be controversial, because I said that I'm against LGBTQ. Yes, I am against, but actually, if, like, I'm not against the people who are like that, but I'm against the concept of LGBTQ. Yeah, because I've heard that so this sentence, it said that God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Adam and Eve, not Adam and Adam. Or Eve with Eve. Okay, thank you, Abbas. Anything else or wants to respond Abbas' statement? Rani or Junus or Angga, please, from Indonesia. Show your teeth. Excuse me, can I have the website fill in the information? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Please, who else? Enough? It is enough? Wow, this is... Oh, okay, I'm so sorry. This discussion is very interesting, but time flies so fast. This is the last hour discussion. Thank you for all participants, all speakers, Akchan Pam, Mrs. Diana. This is discussion also record on YouTube channel. Okay. Our conclusion is Thailand's freedom of expression about politics, government, and monarchy is a sensitive subject. But in Indonesia, freedom of expression about religion is a sensitive matter. Okay, I will give the times for Wendy. Wendy, times is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Mrs. Putri. Okay, now we are heading up to our closing session. Before we are leaving this Zoom meeting, maybe we can taking a photo group, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe
okay.
Mbak Putri can lead us and take a picture, Mbak.
Okay, please smile and on cam. 1, 2, 3. This is page 1. Okay, and then please page 2. Turn on your cam. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then page 3 on your cam. Turn on your cam. Okay, and then page 4. 1, 2, 3. And then the last, okay, 1, 2, 3, okay. Finish,
Okay.
Wendy, okay.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Putri. Then we are closing our session today with prayer. Maybe Mrs. Diana can lead us again in this prayer, Mbak.
Thank you, Kak Wendy. Now, before we end this meeting, let's pray together. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name, your kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us day by day our daily bread, and for our sins, also forgive everyone who indebted to us. And not us in temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For kingdom, power, and the glory forever. Amen. Thank you, Kak Wendy.
Thank you, Mrs. Diana. So this is the final discussion of our webinar today. Is a great time for you guys. It's a great time for me, guys, to hosting this event, and I hope there will be another student discussion international, and maybe Mbak Putri and Mrs. Pam can arrange this again.
Okay, thank you, Acap Pam.
Thank you, Mbak Putri. Thank you, Kak Wendy.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you all.
See you next webinar.
See you. Bye-bye. เด็กๆอย่าลืมกรอกไปเอาใบเซอร์ของเขานะคะ
Please fill your presents.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Karif. Thank you all.
Thank you.